Hello, and welcome to Mans Who Play Mons, episode 52. This is, of course, our randomized Generation 1 Pokemon Battle recap Twitch show, formerly a podcast, soon to once again be a podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ilya.
I'm your other host, Matt.
You were giving me so much shit during the last 60 seconds before we started the show. You were so worried you wouldn't be in frame. You were so worried about my choices.
You're always okay.
The editing.
I'm gonna air some grievances.
Oh boy! Oh great!
You're always a little bit out of frame, and I.
You know that's how I keep people intrigued.
I hated it when we did this show. You would always be like, your head would be cut off or your chin would be cut off, and I'm just like, how hard is it to fucking check this in advance so you're not going up grabbing your microphone like you've never done this before?
Here's the thing.
Microphone. I mean camera.
Here's the thing.
A microphone does not make video.
Here's the thing. Here's the. So, as you may be aware, I start the stream 10 minutes in advance, and then announce that the stream will be properly starting in 10 minutes. During that time, if I switch over to the view where it shows me, then I am showing the world me.
Here's the thing. There's this thing that's called 11 minutes before.
I've never heard of it.
That's when you're not
I don't know
there.
The concept.
Did you even say what the premise of the show was?
I did. You've asked me that before, and
I don't think you did. Did you actually say randomized Generation 1?
Yep. I said it so smoothly and so perfectly that you just blotted out of your memory. And in fact, in the past, I have also said it, and you've also asked me whether I've said it.
I know, you did. It happened last time.
And it happened again this time.
I don't remember you saying it.
Do you want to make a small wager?
No.
Okay.
Betting's stupid.
All right. Well.
Take that, Vegas.
Yeah. Las Vegas, where you're we're starting. We're throwing down the glove.
Yeah.
The gauntlet.
It's true.
This is a very special episode of our show. This is this 52nd episode, meaning if we actually did do the show once a week, which we kind of almost did, this would be so close. This would be 1 year of the show.
I really like that there's a symmetry in that, like, one of them each is each of our faults.
Yeah, that's a beautiful symmetry. You're right. Great.
Isn't it?
Yep, it's just wonderful. And in honor of this special episode, we are doing a couple of things differently. One of them is that we are going to be showing a special battle, which is not random, but is in the same randomized format. So last time we drafted the Pokemon in this format, and we put together teams, and then we battled those teams, and we will be watching that battle of these two teams that are composed of the best Pokemon in this format. Also...
So we should have described it as semi-randomized this time around, would you say?
You know, I mean, the show itself, the show as a whole, right?
As its concept.
As a concept, right?
It's
still the randomized Generation 1 Pokemon Battle Recap Twitch show. It's just, this time, it's not quite that.
Right. Like the time that was Star Fox.
Yeah.
Or the time when it was high school.
High school? Oh yeah, the high school battle. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Or the time when it was... can you remember all the special episodes?
I choose not to.
No, let's do it. We're thinking back. We're looking back retrospectively at the show, because the show in its present form is ending.
Yeah. So we are no longer going to be doing this regularly every Thursday. We're no longer going to be doing it as a Twitch show. This is going to become an irregular podcast.
You're not going to see us anymore.
Yeah. You will hear us.
Like, take a picture
once in a while.
It'll last longer.
Yeah. Or you can just look us up on YouTube, where we will be there indefinitely. So yeah, let me think. So I think the first special show was...
that would have been episode 10. Was that high school?
Yeah, I would. That would be my guess. That was high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was, of course, when we replayed our old high school battle that we played way back in the day.
You can listen to it on episode 10, I think.
Yeah. Then I think the next one might have been Drunken Master.
Oh, was that one Drunken Master? The next one?
Maybe.
Possibly, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, it was.
And then I want to say 30 was the one where we had our viewers create teams for us.
Oh, yeah, that one.
I'm doing okay at this.
Yeah.
And then...
I think, honestly, I'm gonna say something.
What?
I think that was our weakest special episode.
I liked it. I think it was fun.
And it's not the fault of the team makers. It's the fault of Ilya thinking that that one was a good idea.
I thought it went just fine.
When we could have done something like played in another format that we knew nothing about. I thought that would have been...
I thought it went just fine.
Very funny. It would have been goofy. Everyone would have liked it.
Okay, well let's move on. Let's let bygones be bygones. Let's Sleeping Dogs Lie.
Okay.
And then I believe episode 40 would have been the abortive High Master show.
High Master, yes, yeah. High Master.
Let's not speak of that.
One of the great shows.
Or non-shows, as it were.
Yeah, no, I think it was. I mean, do I regret being too high to do the show? Yes. Would I do it again? Yes.
Would you? Like, it seems like you didn't have a good time. It seems like you had a very bad time.
I did, but sometimes like it's kind of like.
You think it built character?
No, I just think it's fun to look back on it and say, "Oh, I was so high I couldn't even talk extemporaneously about Pokemon because I was in a state of terror."
Can I confess something?
Like that makes isn't that amazing that the world can operate in that way?
I guess that it's a story.
Yeah, that there you can get yourself so worried. What do you have a confession? You have a Showtime confession?
I have a Showtime confession. It's about my weakness as a human being.
Yes.
Before this show, we had the AC in my room running. We're currently in my room, and we said, okay, let's turn it off so it doesn't make quite as much noise. And you know what? If we're suffering, if we're really dying here, we can turn it back on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I'm really dying here, but I am already feeling the fact that there's no AC in this.
Why are you wearing long pants?
It's just, you know what? I don't want anybody to see my hideous legs.
Hey, you're not wearing shorts.
Yeah, I am not a shorts rascal.
Oh, you should be. The world of shorts rascalage is a wonderful world. Rascaldom?
Rascaldom.
Rascology?
Yeah, I like rascaldom. All right, so, and then of course episode 50 was our Star Fox battle, and episode 52...
Because it's a whole year of them. So this was it was supposed to just be a normal episode, except also a power hour.
Supposed to be in your mind.
Supposed to be because we talked about it.
To me...
Do you know what talking about it means? It means we agree on something.
Well, I like bringing things on you, as you might have noticed.
Yeah, it's unfair. It's very unfair.
But, here's the thing. Like, I really didn't think that just, you drinking during the episode would be particularly interesting. I thought for our going away episode, we should do something special.
I guess I wasn't looking at it as a going away episode. I was just like, we're going to do 1 million of these. We're going to get 1 million fans. We're going to get 100,000K.
Well, we got 1K, and that's good enough.
Well, we have 2. You have 1.
Yeah.
And that wonderful one back there.
With lots of energy and thought and artistry went into it.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, do you have any particular funny memories of the show that will stick with you your entire life?
Nope.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, nice.
I think there were a lot of funny things that we said during the shows, but I think I won't be able to. I think I'm gonna be able to speak more to those after I make the compilation for your birthday.
You're actually gonna do that.
I'm absolutely gonna do that.
You're gonna actually do my in memoriam reel.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen through every one of our Hyclips Inc. Yes. I'm gonna listen through every single one of our podcasts and every one of our Twitch shows, and I'm going to put together a best of Matt Twitch reel. Twitch reel. Highlight reel,
because it's not all on Twitch.
Yeah, it's gonna be audio, and it'll be great.
Okay. Great.
And you said
you
promised to do the same thing for me.
I did, but I didn't think you were actually gonna do it.
Well, I'm absolutely gonna do it.
All right. Well, I don't always keep my promises.
All right. So what's gonna happen this show is that you are going to take a shot glass of beer. Why don't you show the good people your shot glasses of beer? That's right. If you turn it around, you'll see it says UMass on it.
That's where I went to school.
That's where we both went to school.
That's where I educated myself.
Where we both of us educate ourselves.
Well, I'm the one drinking. You didn't go to school at wine glass.
Yeah, so I will be drinking this.
Just put it for the camera.
As
for the
audience can see right now that I'm holding up in my hand. All right, I'll move it over. This is a glass of
Andre.
Fucking
Andre.
Strawberry Moscato. I find it relatively inoffensive as far as alcohol goes. I only have this glass. I don't have any more, so I'll just be drinking this glass.
So I'll describe the way that the power hour is gonna work. We tried to do this on I think episode 30. I think it was 30 that I tried to do both a special episode and a power hour. Power hour basically involves taking shots of beer. Typically it's 60 beers in 60 minutes. This is going to be 32 beers in 32 turns.
Yes.
Of Pokemon. And it just so happened that's exactly 4 beers. So I have 4 beers here.
Why don't you show the good people what beer you have?
Today we're drinking a Founders All Day IPA because it is not very strong.
All right. Very nice.
Which will allow me to drink all of them and not die.
So,
hopefully.
Would you like to talk about our teams?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
So, starting off, we have my team here. They are all named as though they are rappers or part of some kind of hip hop group.
Wow, you didn't even give me a chance to guess. You just.
I think it's here's the thing.
Right
usually, I try to keep them a little bit mysterious. This one, I feel, is obvious enough that it doesn't need explanation. I feel like it's fairly clear what I was going for here. Maybe you disagree.
Go on.
So, leading off, we have a Zubat. This was my last pick in the draft, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure it was the correct thing to do here. I was kind of looking for maybe like a scary bird that could...
That's not a scary bird.
It's not a bird at all.
It's a bat.
Yeah.
Its image, though, is actually... Does it have the bird little guy, or does it have the...
I think it has a bat image, yeah.
No, there's no bat image.
Oh, okay. Well, what else would it have?
The little Pokeball guy with the arms that go like this.
I think... Okay, I guess it must be a bird. I don't know.
Do we want to look it up?
No, I don't.
We can
really
probably find it.
Nope, it's okay. It's quite all right. We'll leave it to...
I mean, this is probably the earliest we've ever talked about our teams.
All right.
No, it's fine. Just go do whatever you want to do.
Thank you. So yeah,
we should try to guess. Maybe we'll do this at the end. We'll look this up. We should try to guess which little icon all of each of these guys are.
Okay, sure.
You know the little icon?
Yeah, I know the little icon. Yep.
Yeah. Is that documented anywhere?
It must be.
We'll find out. But you know the little icon.
The little icon.
Yeah, you know that.
The little icon.
Yeah, it's a little icon.
It's a tiny little icon.
Small.
It appears when you look at your team.
List of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this Zubat was my last pick in the draft. I was really looking for a scary bird. I didn't see Spearow. When I was looking through the list, I missed Spearow altogether. Spearow, I think, would have been a better pick here. I was looking for a scary bird that could deal with his Gastly. I was very afraid of his Gastly. It invalidated a lot of possible choices. Nevertheless, I went with a Zubat. Zubat is one of the highest level Pokemon in this format. I think it's like number 2 or something crazy.
Yeah, I think that's true.
And by that metric alone, it's actually not terrible. It also is extremely fast and has Confuse Ray and Double Edge. That's basically the thing it does. It confuses and uses Double Edge.
The rest of the moveset is just a bombardment of sadness.
Yeah, I went with Leech Life here. That was my cute little response to your Gastly. I figured I might surprise you with Leech Life. That was I really didn't find anything better to put on there.
Surprise me by doing 2 damage?
Yep. Well, here's the thing. Gastly, first of all, it's much lower level than this Zubat, and secondly, it has a terrible defense, and thirdly, it's weak to Leech Life.
You're gonna do 2 damage.
Okay, fair enough.
Leech Life, do you know what Leech Life's base power is?
20.
20. That's worse than Tackle.
Yep.
It looks up at Tackle like it is on the top of Mount Everest.
Nevertheless, I thought it would be cute against your Gastly, and I couldn't find anything better to put on it. So that's the Zubat. Next, we have the Ivysaur. This is, of course, the original choice. Used to be the highest level Pokemon in the format. No longer, but still very good. This is one of my 2 sleep guys on this team. It's just your basic Ivysaur. I mean, Ivysaur doesn't have a ton of options. It'll Swords Dance, Body Slam, it'll Razor Leaf, it'll sleep better.
I mean, after like waxing poetic about like Leech Seed last time, you didn't think like...
I was thinking about Leech Seed. I just thought it's too easy to switch out of. It doesn't do enough. So I just didn't think it was worth it.
Okay.
Next we got Golem. This guy is a bruiser. This is a real powerhouse.
This is a Pokemon that I regretted not drafting with the first pick.
Yeah, like, this is a very, very top tier.
This like level to ability ratio is off the fucking charts.
Yep. And of course, Matt's team has 2 fire types, so Golem, very happy to see them. And yeah, again, standard Golem moveset, not a whole lot to say there, but very, very good Pokemon. We got Execute here. This is the one good Psychic type in the format. Doesn't have an amazing level, only level 57, but still quite powerful.
Yeah, at level 57, this thing's a monster.
So it's got double powder, it's got Psychic, and it's got Explosion.
Mm-hmm. Did you give any thought to either Double Edge or Mega Drain for that last slot? Because people's opinions vary, so I'm wondering what you were thinking of.
Well, yeah. So looking at your Pokemon, Mega Drain not doing a whole lot here.
Right.
And so
I mean, Squirtle might be slightly tickled by it.
Yeah, but so basically Mega Drain not really something I'm looking forward to there. Double Edge, the thing is, Execute doesn't really have a particularly good attack, so I just figured if I'm going to use a physical attack, I might as well just explode.
Just blow it up.
Like, there's no reason against your team not to use Psychic, really. Like, Psychic is a perfectly good attack there.
Yeah, that's true, because I'm not sure... I really don't have anyone that can wall that.
No.
I have stuff that'll scare it out, but I don't have anything that can really wall it.
Yeah, and your team is like half poison types, right? You got
I went very
Venonat, Gastly, and Bellsprout, so...
Yeah. I mean, granted, I have 2 things that like really scare the shit out of it, but I don't really have anything that walls it.
Right.
In the way that Double Edge would be useful. Yeah, good point.
So yeah, that's the Execute. Then we got Machoppy over here. Again, standard Machop. Seismic Toss, I guess, the kind of only thing that's really kind of up to interpretation here.
I'm wondering...
Why?
I'm wondering what you were...
The reason there is burn. I was worried about getting burnt, and I figured Seismic Toss would still do full damage.
Interesting. Did you think counter at all, or were you just figuring no one's gonna hit him with normals?
You don't have any. Here's the thing: you don't really have any good physical attackers. Your team is all special attackers and status guys, really.
Oh yeah. Huh.
So I was thinking a lot about what your team has, and counter didn't really make sense on Choppy.
Yeah, I mean you put it on.
Wartortle. Yeah. Well, let's go to Wartortle. So Wartortle is my answer to your Squirtle and to your fire types, obviously. And yeah, again, Blizzard, Surf, Body Slam, very standard moves on Wartortle.
You didn't want to go with Hydro Pump?
I'm not
gonna
dignify that.
Gouge your own eyes out. Is basically what you're
never ever
to say.
Using Hydro Pump. And counter, I was looking at the the turtle mirror matchup, and I was thinking it would be really cute if I used a counter in response to a Body Slam from him. Because like if you have a Squirtle up against my Wartortle, you're going to be using Body Slam, and you might not be anticipating a counter. So that's basically what I was thinking there.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's my team. And I was thinking Zubat leading off because I was debating just putting a sleeper leading off, but I figured you have 2 fire guys and they're pretty fast, so you might just put one of them leading off. I didn't want to have a grass type, eating an opening Flame Blast or anything, and so...
Flame Blast?
Fire Blast.
What Pokemon are you playing?
Sorry?
Did you get one of the knockoff cartridges?
Apologies. I meant Fire Blast. And so I figured, Zubat's fast, has Confuse Ray. It's a perfectly fine leading off. It's fine against whatever. It'll just be a decent opening salvo, and I can follow up with something else. So that was my thinking with putting Zubat in front. All right. Let's have a look at yours.
This is my team. It's made of Pokemon. My first guy was Moltres. Moltres, I think, was my 3rd round pick in the draft, I'm pretty sure. I picked Moltres just because... it's good. Its level has dropped quite a bit from its real glory days as an absolute destroyer of teams. But still, Fire Blast is the most powerful special move in the game, I think. I'm pretty sure Moltres' Fire Blast is at normal levels. Normal levels and shit. Anyway, it can just do a lot of special damage. And I think at that point, I'm trying to remember if this was before or after you had selected Execute, but anyway, I knew Execute was going to be a pick. I would either take it defensively or you would take it, so it's good to have Moltres. Moltres' moveset here is fairly standard. I didn't go with agility. A lot of people like to do agility. I was more sort of the do damage and not get walled sort of school of thought on this thing. So that's why I went with the moveset that it had.
Yeah, I will say I found it a little bit surprising when you drafted Moltres, not because I think it's a bad Pokemon exactly, but for one thing, it's very easily walled, and for another thing, it's just not that high level. So like, I just felt like there were probably better picks here. It's also like the moveset and like the types are not particularly compelling. So
right, but that Fire Blast is still really one of the real great things that you can muster in terms of just doing a fuck ton of damage.
Yeah,
to like a to just something without really good special.
If it were me doing this draft in your boots, I would just go with the Vulpix and leave it. I would not feel the need to take.
Well, Vulpix was a later pick.
Well, I'm saying I would take Vulpix first and then not worry about having a second fire type. I take Vulpix over Moltres.
You would take Vulpix over Moltres. Okay, I can sort of see that, but I think Moltres might have... No, Moltres was 2 speed points lower than Vulpix. Vulpix was actually my fast fire guy. Anyway, like I did lead... So I wanted to lead Moltres because I figured the most likely outcome was going to be first turn sleep lead. This is actually something you see just like in standard competitive play. Lead Moltres was actually not really a... It wasn't a common choice, but it wasn't an uncommon choice because it dealt very well with both Jinx and Executor leads. I believe it actually outspeeds Jinx. And then could just, Fire Blast to either of them. They're not going to like that. So yeah, I went with that. I knew it was going to outspeed them. But at the same time, I cared less about it getting paralyzed because I have another fire, which is faster, and I wanted to outspeed some guys. Bellsprout was my last pick in the draft, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, also one that I found a little bit confusing.
Looking at it too, I found it questionable too because Victory Bell is only really a couple levels lower, but I wanted a grass guy because I wanted some backup to deal with that Golem if Squirtle found itself dead. And I figured it was also good to just have another...
Hello, Swearing Kitty. Swearing Skitty. How do you do?
Oh, I can just interrupt me mid-sentence.
I just, I saw this very confused looking hello in the chat, and I was like wondering, is this person not sure whether, we are talking to nobody or whether we are reading...
I mean, we're just very used to talking to nobody. But...
Okay. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, Bellsprout, weird choice, but, this is a fairly standard... Bellsprout. I think if I did Victory Bell, I would have had Body Slam available too, which is unfortunate that I didn't do that.
Thank you, IU McNugget 887 for the spam.
Yeah. Oh well, what can you do? We could probably ban them, but I don't think we know how to do that.
We're not monsters.
We don't know how to do anything.
We have a mod who can do that for us.
Yeah.
We have a loyal mod who will, put that bot in its place.
So I went with Venonat also as one of my guys.
Thank you, our wonderful, illustrious mod.
This was my first pick in the draft, which is,
again,
weird choice.
So Swearing Skitty, yes. We are reviewing 2 teams that we drafted in a very weird format, and we are going to be watching a battle that we played using those teams.
Also drinking a lot.
One of us will be drinking a lot. One of us will be drinking very little. All right, tell us about the Venonat.
Yeah, there's not really much to say. I mean, it's double powder, and then it's psychic, and then you do double edge just to have something physical.
Venonat's a fucking beast. In this format, Venonat's amazing.
Yeah. We had a Vulpix next at level 67.
What's so funny?
We were just at... I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. At a Vulpix level 67, this guy, it does what it does. I was debating whether or not I want to do 2 fires or do
very, very questionable.
Do choice. A reflect? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think that's something that I used to totally espouse too. It's like, oh, why would you ever do the 2 fires? But you can do your one where it's like, oh, I can really hit you hard and Body Slam's not going to do it, but if I miss with Fire Blast, I'm going to literally throw a chair through a window. I think it's for something that doesn't have a lot of versatility. There's no harm in doing this. What am I gonna put there? Reflect? Okay.
Oh no! I'm sorry. No, I don't have an issue with Fire Blast Flamethrower. I was saying just having 2 fire types on your team.
Oh yeah, 2 fire types on the team. Weird as hell.
Yeah.
All right, I'll admit that.
Okay.
I'll admit that.
Cool.
However, when the scariest thing on your team, go back to your team. Show the nice people your team. like this Executor and this
Execute.
Whatever. These guys scare me. They scare me.
You'd be scared of Golem, man.
I know I'm scared of Golem, but these guys could also maybe do.
We have a WTF in the chat.
They could do like a
white Moltres, comma.
They could do a burn on the way out. You know, the burn on the way out is really nice.
Swearing Skitty, to give you a little bit more background on what's happening here.
You know, if you come late to class, you're not going to understand the material.
I'll give them a quick recap. All right. This is a format where the Pokemon are level adjusted, so the Pokemon have set levels based on their power level. Not always perfect. And we drafted these teams. So we took turns selecting Pokemon in this format to play against each other.
Draft is.
And this is what we came up with. I agree, though. I agree with the question, what the fuck, why?
Because it hurts you.
All right, cool.
It hurts you.
Yeah, physically defensive special Bellsprout should be able to handle Golem. I agree.
It's true. I don't know what physically defensive special... That's a lot of words in a row. Right, you're going to have to break it up for us simpletons.
Let's move on.
All right, Gastly. Gastly's really good in this format.
Gastly's incredible.
Gastly's level is high.
So scary.
Gastly's special is high for a first evolution to begin with, and I kind of labored over this moveset because there's a lot of things you can do. You can do like the sleep Gastly, which I was thinking could really, you switch in something that's trying to handle it.
The thing is, though, you already have 2 sleepers.
I know, but it's like those guys aren't going to be... they're not going to be doing like sort of a trick sleep like the Gastly is, like where you think that like someone... You have the Gastly out, I'm going to switch in something that's good against the Gastly. Namely, like an execute thing. See, I realized it midstream and I was too late. I almost just called it execute twice.
Well, that's what it is.
But anyway...
Gastly is a god, I agree.
Gastly is absolutely wonderful in this format. I went with Explosion mostly for fun. I was thinking, maybe Hypnosis here. Maybe even like Mega Drain to like do that rock ground thing.
Legit.
But I went with this moveset. I think it's more versatility than anything.
I don't know what Destiny Bond is. This is a Generation 1 format. I will have you know.
And then Squirtle. Squirtle was maybe, I want to say pick 4. I want to say pick 4 in the draft.
Yeah, Squirtle's amazing. 67. Yeah. Level 67.
Yeah. Looking back at it, I'm not sure why I didn't put Body Slam on this. Which is
baffling.
Very strange.
Absolutely baffling.
I think I just kind of forgot
that Body Slam existed.
I have 1 Body Slam on this entire team. That's unreal.
So bizarre.
Like this I don't understand. Sometimes I just do things that I don't understand why I do them. Yeah. And this is one of them.
Okay. All right.
But I had Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss is fun.
It's cute.
Because I guess they put me down.
Also, it is very high level, so it's a nice Seismic Toss.
Yeah, exactly. And then counter, like, I'm expecting that you're gonna Wartortle Body Slam me, but I'm not thinking to put it on my Pokemon for some reason. That's basically the same Pokemon.
Yeah. All right. So those are our teams. Shall we get into the battle?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Turn 1.
Turn 1.
Can you send me the Pokepaste? Sure, we will do that. Let us send the Pokepaste to you. If I can get this towel off of the keyboard.
We're playing it safe.
Yeah, Matt here is doing a bunch of drinking and a bunch of pouring while drunk. And
it's a power hour.
I do not want my keyboard sullied.
Did I ever tell people what? I think I did explain the concept of a power hour. I think earlier in the show.
You take 1 shot of beer every move.
Well, yeah, but
hey Matt, guess what?
What?
Guess where your face is? It was halfway out of the frame.
I know. I hate it. Why?
Ooh, are we gonna be butt buddies again? Are we having a redux of last episode?
Yeah. This one's titled Butt Buddies Redux.
All right, let's begin.
All right. So I had that. That's the first turn. You're gonna have to remind me what turn it is sometimes.
It is turn 1.
Okay.
I'm informing you that this turn is turn 1.
Okay.
So, what happens here is we got my leadoff Zubat against his leadoff Moltres. And, this is a situation where I anticipated, he could have basically anything leading off, and the Zubat was there to be fast and to confuse. However,
I think you talked about your choice in lead before.
Yes, and what I'm getting to, the reason I bring it up now, again, is that my plan was basically no matter what happens here, I can just confuse Ray and I'll be pretty happy. But looking at this Moltres, I was so terrified.
See? Good pick.
I was just like, all right, I do not want to eat a Fire Blast from this thing. It's going to fucking one-hit KO my Zubat, especially if it crits. Why don't I just send out Wartortle? I mean, it's not going to take much damage from the Fire Blast, and then I can just do whatever. So I switched out my very scared Zubat here.
Here's my philosophy. Yeah, he's just going to send in a Squirtle, but Fire Blast is going to be great. Like, it's going to probably do, like, some decent amount of damage to it. It might burn it, and then if he doesn't switch it out, I'm going to have, like, a roasted bat right there.
Delicious.
For me.
All right. So, I take that to mean that you are using Fire Blast.
I'm using it.
All right.
I'm using it.
Here comes Wartortle. Eats the Fire Blast like a champ. Takes only 31%. I wrote in the chat, that tickles. And now, I don't anticipate that you're going to keep in the Moltres up against my Squirtle here, or my Wartortle rather. I decided to Body Slam. I mean, obviously there's always a danger that you're going to bring in Gastly here. We do know each other's teams, not the movesets, but at least the Pokemon. Nevertheless, it's Generation 1 Pokemon. You got to use Body Slam.
I decided to send in Venonat here because I'm sort of licking my chops thinking, I can put something to sleep. And I don't really fear what this Wartortle is going to be doing to a Venonat.
Fair enough.
This powerful-ass Venonat in this format.
So, here comes the Venonat. Eats a Body Slam, takes very little damage.
Very little.
Doesn't get
surprisingly
paralyzed.
Little. Wait, was this... I drank for that turn, right?
I don't know. You're gonna have to deal with this. I don't know.
You have.
I'm not counting your drinks. All right. This is turn 2 that we are in currently.
Shit, I've had 3 shots already. How'd that happen?
Just calm down. You'll be okay.
Okay.
All right. So at this point, I know that a Sleep Powder is coming, and I'm racking my brain thinking, okay, what's my worst Pokemon? Immediately, I see a vision, Zubat. I figured Zubat was kind of a questionable pick in this draft. I might as well, use it to eat the sleep, and so I switch in Zubat.
I use Sleep Powder. I was gunning for sleep. All right.
And Zubat falls asleep. Next thing is, you could very well be going for the double powder here for a Stun Spore. You could also just Psychic, though. The thing is, Psychic's going to do a huge amount of damage against the Zubat. So I'm not really in a position to kind of chill out and try to trick you out of the double powder. I instead decide to switch in something that both doesn't care about getting a Psychic and also doesn't really care about getting paralyzed. And the name of that thing is Execute. Execute is already slow, doesn't really care about paralysis, will take basically no damage from a Psychic, and can, number 1, deal with your Venonat very easily, and number 2, put something to sleep.
I'm double powdering. I'm fucking excited to double powder. It's like, okay, so what? He leaves it in, and I'll probably just either select it again or just like Psychic eventually or something. Like, I don't even care about if this guy wakes up. He's a fucking Zubat. He's in a bad position, so.
He's in a bad position. All right. Here comes the Execute. There's the Stun Spore. All right. And at this point, I'm like, all right, well, no big deal. My Execute got paralyzed, and it is time to unleash my own Sleep Powder. Regarding the interesting tiering, Swearing Skitty, this tiering is done by AI. It is done by collecting...
That's not AI.
It's AI.
That's not AI.
It's AI. I made it.
It's a random number.
I made this AI. What it does is it keeps records of the Pokemon's win and loss records, how often the Pokemon's teams win or lose battles, and then it adjusts their levels up or down over time based on if they're winning more, if they're losing more. And we've been playing this
What are you trying to do? Pitch this to investors? Like, it's not AI.
It's AI. It is cutting edge AI, in fact. We've been playing this for a while.
You have to stop being so proud of yourself.
We've been playing this for a while, and the levels are not perfect by any means, but they're not terrible either.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm using Sleep Powder.
I use Double Edge.
Yeah.
I use double edge.
You sure do.
Because I figured, like, what? He'll put me asleep. And honestly, this guy has done his thing. He's actually he's kind of walled by a bunch of your guys. He's kind of, like, he did his thing. He did his sleep powder. He did his stun spore. He did his not really being afraid of a war turtle. But he's done his thing. He can be the one who goes to sleep.
All right, and I'm perfectly happy to get this guy to sleep. Question from the chat. Oh, can I get it? If you want to play in this format, you can go to RBY, the RBY server. May I ask? Very cute. And it is the Generation 1 auto level adjusted format.
Maybe we can provide a link in the chat later or something.
Yeah, you can also contact me and we can talk source code if you want. All right, so your guy is asleep, and I too will leverage the double powder, figuring you will switch out. If you don't switch out, I can kill you with like basically one psychic, so I'm using Stun Spore.
I'm switching to Moltres. Like, Moltres is gonna make this egg look bad.
Here's the thing, like I find that a little bit questionable because Moltres does not like to be slow.
Moltres doesn't like to be slow, but I have another fire type, so it's like if I need a fast fire type, I have my fast fire type.
All right.
And my fast fire type and my slow fire type.
All right.
You know, like you do on any competitive team.
Sure, yep. All right, it's now paralyzed. There we go.
Yeah.
And, of course, my answer to a Moltres is to switch in a War Turtle. We have established that earlier in this battle.
My answer to you're doing that is to use Double Edge instead and see how much damage it does.
Yeah, let's see. Here comes War Turtle. Takes a whopping 24%. Not a ton.
It's even less.
I write defiantly, that tickles in the chat, once again. And yeah, I figure you're switching here. I use Blizzard, figuring, you know, whatever you switch to, who knows, maybe I will, you know, get a freeze off, and if you don't switch, it's still super effective against Moltres. So yeah, that's what I'm going with.
I'm going with Squirtle. Squirtle's gonna resist stuff. This War Turtle, he's almost half dead. Squirtle's gonna have the benefit of being like 0% dead.
Yeah. All right. Here comes Squirtle. Nice burp there, buddy.
Thanks.
All right. Did not get frozen. Didn't take much damage.
I'm not sure I did this.
Yeah. So here, I want this War Turtle to live. He has 2 fire types. I want the War Turtle against those fire types. So I don't want to keep it in against the Squirtle here. I decided to send an Ivysaur. You know, Ivysaur very handily deals with the Squirtle. I doubt he's going to be using...
See, that's why you put a towel
You're
there.
fucking up my desk.
It's hard to pour a full beer into a shot glass, okay?
You're fucking up my desk.
This is why these are here, see?
All right. Anyway, yeah, so
See?
again, I want to save the War Turtle for later. I want to save it for the fire types. It's already half dead. It's not doing great. And so I decided to send an Ivysaur, figuring, you know, Ivysaur against this team of 2 fire types doesn't have a lot of chances to shine, and this is one of them. So in comes Ivysaur.
What fucking turn are we on?
We're on turn 9.
Seismic Toss, it's safe.
Seismic Toss, it's safe.
I love safety.
Guess what would have been also safe and possibly better? A Body Slam.
I didn't have that.
I wonder why.
I forgot.
Okay, cool. All right. The Toys takes a solid 31% from the Seismic Toss. And yeah, I do the old Body Slam here. You know, again, figuring you're not going to leave in a Squirtle against this grass type, and hoping to get a paralysis off against whatever else you do next. Of course, you do have a Gastly. If you switch in the Gastly, nothing I'm going to do on the Ivysaur is going to matter. Like the Razor Leaf won't do much damage at all. The Body Slam is not going to do anything at all. But I think I'm just kind of hoping you don't switch in the Gastly.
I fucking love this. I'm like, there's nothing he can do here. He can't do anything. He can't put to sleep because of sleep claws. Excuse me. He can't hit it with shit. And he doesn't learn Stun Spore. But he had a Bellsprout now.
No, I don't wish I had a Bellsprout.
You wish you had a Bellsprout.
No, I'm good. So, what do you do?
Switching Gastly, like I said I would.
Did you?
I talked about it obliquely.
It doesn't really count.
I think you know, it's a visual medium. We can talk about it obliquely. We are not going to be able to do that very soon.
All right. Yeah, so here I have some egg on my face as Gastly, of course, doesn't give a shit about Body Slam. And I quickly switch out and bring an Execute here, which doesn't really give a shit about Gastly.
Yeah. I use Confuse Ray.
Yep, makes sense.
Just
a good move.
It's safe.
It's safe.
It's safe.
It is safe.
Yeah, this is a very safe show.
All right, we got a Parafuse Execute here. Not looking too hot. Nevertheless, I decided to leave it in just because the Gastly can't really do anything against it. So he's probably just going to be switching here or, doing some shitty move with the Gastly. And so I figure, you know what? Yes, it's Parafused. Yes, it's probably not going to be able to act. But just in case it can, let's try and Psychic and see what happens.
This is a time when you're like just looking at that type chart. You're saying, Grass hates Moltres.
All right. Here comes Moltres. There's the confusion.
See, that's great. That's great when that happens. Also, I don't think I did this.
And here I decided to once again switch in my Wartortle, feeling a little bit spooked at this point. My Wartortle has taken a lot of switch-ins, and it is not really getting its chance to shine here. I don't really have a whole lot of options against this Moltres, sadly. I mean, here's the thing. The obvious counter to the Moltres right now is the Golem, but I do not want the Golem to get burned. That is the last thing I want. And so I don't really want to switch in the Golem in this kind of situation. I want to wait until I can get a free switch. So I just switch in the Wartortle and decide to see what happens.
I used Double Edge. I guess I just wasn't looking at the fact that, like, Fire Blast was probably going to do more.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's inaccurate,
Okay.
Still, should probably use Fire Blast.
All right. There's the Wartortle. Takes a solid 23% from the Double Edge. Not feeling too hot, this Wartortle. This Wartortle just taking a lot of punishment.
He's kind of the key to your team, too.
I'd say the Golem is the key to my team.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, honestly, I think my fire types fear the Wartortle more than they fear the Golem. Because they can at least, like, burn the Golem and leave it basically unable to do productive stuff. Wartortle doesn't care about being burned.
All right, that's fair. I still think Golem is the key to my team. Here's where I decided to get cute. I figure a switch must be coming, but there is a beautiful bug with counter where if you get hit by a physical attack and then you use counter, even if the opponent switches out, you still get to counter that attack against the switched in Pokemon. And I think this bug is very fun.
The worst bug in the world. And
very fun.
Implementing it in your simulator should be a crime.
I disagree. I actually quite like it. I decided to use counter here because it's going to do great. It's going to be fantastic.
I switched to Squirtle.
The only thing is, I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you real quick.
That's fine.
The only thing is, I will be absolutely fucked if you decide to keep in the Moltres here because you'll probably just finish me off. But you, of course, are slower, so you're not thinking that I'm going to be using counter and will actually be slower.
Right, and also if I've been using Double Edge, even though like Fire Blast does more, I'm probably just going to use it again just because like I haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, but the thing is, you could probably just feint me with a Double Edge. I'm at 22%. The last one did 22%.
I guess, yeah. No, I figured Moltres I wanted to keep Moltres alive. You have still have two scary grass types in reserve. So, yeah, I went with Squirtle. Kind of getting predictable at this point, but I like the matchup.
And here comes that counter. Let's watch that beautiful bean footage. There it is, 43%.
Yeah, I'm pretty pissed about this.
I let loose a mighty Heyo in chat. And yeah, this Wartortle, yes, it took a lot of punishment this game, but hey, you know what? It got this Squirtle to under half health. Feeling pretty good about that. And it's also 2 speed points faster than Squirtle, so it gets also priority here. What are you laughing at, buddy? What's
priority.
What? What's the point?
I've never heard it referred to that way, as gets priority.
Is it fair to say that my Wartortle is getting priority against your Squirtle?
It's going first. I mean, you don't have to be
priority of movement. All right. I don't know why that would have any connotations in your mind.
Yeah, you don't?
Nope.
No idea?
Nope.
None?
I go with Body Slam here because, this Wartortle has basically one move left in it, and I want to try and get the Squirtle paralyzed and do some damage.
I go with Seismic Toss because it's safe.
Right.
I still don't. So there's something in the chat that says, "I wish my dad loved safety as much as you." I don't understand that. Is this a meme that children talking now?
I don't know. I think it's just like a little joke.
I mean, if you feel like your dad is doing unsafe things, there are people you can talk to.
Us. You can talk to us.
No, I don't think we're qualified.
Listen, I have a PhD in mathematics. All right. So yeah, the body slam failed to paralyze, didn't do much damage. Too bad. And of course, Seismic Toss finishes off the War Turtle here. And so now I need to switch something in to deal with the Squirtle. I switch in Ivysaur. Of course, Ivysaur is still completely walled by Gastly, and Matt has shown his ability to recognize that fact and switch in Gastly in the past. However, I figure at this point Matt probably sees this Squirtle as a lost cause, figures it's not really worth switching out in order to save the Squirtle, and so I just go ahead and use Razor Leaf here and hope that he doesn't switch it out.
I saw it as a lost cause. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I mean, what's the point of like having Gastly even like get some marginal damage done to it when the thing on the line is just a Squirtle that probably is not going to be super useful here on out. So yeah, I was just like, Squirtle can eat this, and that will set me up for a switch in.
So what'd you use?
Probably like Blizzard or something.
Yeah, that's what you use against Grass type. Yeah.
And then also, like, if you miss that Razor Leaf, you're gonna look silly.
No, I'll look like I was making a reasonable choice and then I happened to miss. Alright, anyway, I did not miss the Razor Leaf Squirtle Feints. What do you bring in? What is your answer to my Ivysaur, which is, let me reiterate, completely and utterly walled by your Gastly? What do you decide to switch in?
Moltres, because Moltres is probably only going to be useful against that, and Gastly might be useful against something later on. I don't want you, like, chipping away at my little guy.
Really? You're worried about...
Sending things in? I like this ability to just, like, put in Moltres, let it get some, let it get... Especially because your thing that resists Moltres that isn't your Golem is gone. I'm thinking, like, oh, he might want to do a switch into a Fire Blast and get burnt. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm toying with you, man.
Right.
I'm showing you this thing. I'm like, come get it. Come get it. I'm a paralyzed Moltres.
I found this choice questionable.
I find your choice of finding my choice questionable.
Okay, well, great. So I decided to stay in against the Moltres. Here's the thing about the Ivysaur.
Did I drink this turn?
Listen, it'll be okay.
Okay.
Here's the thing about the Ivysaur. Again, it doesn't actually have a whole lot of value this battle because it's very, very walled by this Gastly.
So you're asking me to not be afraid of an Ivysaur after having been so afraid of Ivysaurs?
Let's calm down.
For all my life?
Let's
for
calm
all
down.
my life?
Let's just take a minute. Take a deep breath. I'm not talking about you. Okay, it's not about you. I'm talking about me.
Okay.
All right?
Say your piece.
Here's my piece. This Ivysaur is not actually that valuable this battle. This Ivysaur is completely and utterly walled by a Gastly. So, I figure if he decides, as he seems to be deciding here, that he wants to fight my Ivysaur with his Moltres, I might as well just try to get some damage in Body Slam. I'm not going to try and switch something in because the Ivysaur is completely walled by the Gastly. It's not going to be doing a whole lot this battle, so I'm just going to go ahead and Body Slam.
I'm just going to go ahead and Fire Blast. It doesn't require that long an explanation.
All right.
It's good.
There's the Body Slam, 21%, fully paralyzed Moltres. Not bad. Not a bad turn. I'll use Body Slam again.
I use Fire Blast again.
All right, here's the second Body Slam. Moltres at 49%. Finally, the Fire Blast lands. R.I.P. Ivysaur. A shame. A shame that it couldn't really see too much use this battle. It is a great Pokemon in this format.
I got two guys dead.
Yeah, you're in good shape.
One of them asleep.
You're in good shape. So, now, this is a situation where Golem shines. This is a situation where I don't have to switch into a Fire Blast. I get a free switch because my Ivysaur fainted. And I'm going with the Golem, and I am ready to let loose and wipe out Matt's team, hopefully.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, you dream of that.
In comes the Golem. By the way, you were asking me earlier, why is it called Little G? It seems counterintuitive. It is an ironic little... very common concept, not a strange concept.
Okay.
I use Rock Slide.
I figure Moltres has done a lot of good. I still have another fire type to take care of those gross old eggs. One that's not even paralyzed. And I still have a Bellsprout to deal with the Golem. So I just figure, you know what? I'm just going to launch a Fire Blast. If I get hit by the Rock Slide first and die, I get hit by the Rock Slide first and die.
All right.
That's the life I'm willing to live.
Fair enough. Moltres, paralyzed, 49%, not that valuable. Rock Slide misses, bad news. Fire Blast hits, bad news. But
Rock Slide, not that valuable.
Here's the thing. No crit, no burn.
Yeah, no, it was about as good as it could have been for you having a turn where your move missed.
Yeah, so I was definitely...
Ooh-wee. This is a feisty beer.
You need
I
to be careful with my shit.
This is all my shit. The desk is a desk. It's supposed to have things spilled on it.
Nope. Okay. So, not the best turn, obviously, since I missed, but I was counting my blessings that I did not get crit or burnt here. I was definitely counting my blessings.
If I burned you, man,
yep.
Would you have just given up?
I don't give up, but I would not have been happy.
You would have been sad.
I would have been very sad. So, I used Rock Slide again, obviously.
I used Fire Blast again, obviously.
And this time it lands, R.I.P. Moltres. What's next?
What is next? Bellsprout is next.
Why Bellsprout?
Cause grass good against rock ground.
Great, perfect.
I mean, you know that this is gonna probably provoke a switch, but you just kind of have to go with it and then like see where that switch just sort of goes. You know?
Okay. And yeah, of course I'm gonna switch here. Ooh.
Can you not speak?
I'm okay.
Are you getting hoarse?
I'm okay.
Okay.
So.
Do you need a beer?
I certainly do not need a beer. Looking at my options, I got Zubat asleep, not really much of an option. We got
some gross old eggs.
We got Execute, paralyzed 62%. Not really that bad an option, actually. Obviously, I don't want to keep in Golem here. Golem is very spooked by this grass type. And the last Pokemon that I have not yet played is Machop. Choppy doesn't particularly want to get hit by a big old grass type critical hit move. So it is Execute here. Execute doesn't really take much damage from this Bellsprout, no matter what the Bellsprout does, and it can basically kill it in a single Psychic. Moreover, looking at Matt's team, he has 3 Poison types remaining and the Vulpix, so the Execute is in pretty good shape here. So that's why I switch in.
It's gonna be Execute, is my feeling here also, because of course it's gonna be Execute. Execute can just like wipe the floor with his Bellsprout, and Bellsprout can do very little against it. So I figured do Double Edge because that's going to do something to the Bellsprout. I mean, Execute. This guy's Bellsprout.
If I was really clever here, I might just bank on you using Double Edge and use Earthquake, but I didn't do that.
What about just blow up?
No, man. This guy's way too valuable.
But he gets to blow up. Nope. That would be fun.
Nope.
Why do you hate fun?
Here's Execute. Eats the Double Edge. Takes 24%. All right. Whoa. Watch it.
It's okay.
And yeah, it is time for a Psychic. Time to levy that Psychic.
All right, I figure it's time to send out Vulpix. We're just gonna do this.
Actually, you know what?
What?
I misspoke. I'm pretty sure I actually selected Explosion here. I think I probably exploded because here's the thing: I don't have a lot of HP left. I can only really do one more hit here.
Yep.
And you're not likely to switch into a Gastly anticipating a Psychic. So I think Explosion was actually my pick here.
Okay. Well, I switched in Vulpix. So there's a risk he blows himself up. Vulpix hates that. Vulpix probably dies of that.
Yep.
But at that point, the thing that Vulpix is sort of there to kill is, they're both gone.
Hmm.
I mean, Vulpix is probably going to make short work of that Zubat. Vulpix is going to outspeed and then possibly burn the Chopster. But, it's not the worst thing in the world. I sent a Vulpix. It's predictable, but, it's fine.
And I was devastated. I got fully paralyzed. I really, really wanted that Explosion to go. It did not go. It failed to go. And I was like, all right, well, this battle's over. Okay, this is the last straw. But yeah, at this point, I'm just hoping that your Fire Blast misses. It has a non-trivial chance, 15% chance of missing, and I use Explosion once again.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I was scared to use Flamethrower, which I think is ridiculous.
Insane, completely insane.
Insane, yes, absolutely insane.
But yeah, I use Fire Blast.
I use Fire. Probably just because I'm used to just hitting that button.
Okay, you got a crit for what it's worth.
Yeah, it's come on, give me that later.
All right.
I know you don't believe in that.
Nope. All right. Well, I gotta deal with the Vulpix. I don't have a lot of options. I send in Golem.
Yeah, you did.
And it's time for Earthquake. At this point, given your team, Earthquake, completely safe move. Just good against everything.
Yep, it is. It is. And, I mean, seeing that, I was just like, let's just confuse this guy. Let's just put in place a legacy of him maybe not being able to do stuff.
All right, fair enough.
Fire Blast, I think, is another defensible move here because of the burn chance.
Yep.
Might even be the better move here, but...
Confuse Ray is pretty good.
I love a good Confuse Ray.
Yeah.
It's also, the other thing is, like, no matter... I don't know what your last guy is. Actually, I do know what your last guy is because we do these teams.
Ridiculous.
So, like, Fire Blast is also just, like, good for all the switch-ins, too, but the Confuse Ray is also good for all the switch-ins because, like, Machops do not like being confused.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Machop...
High ratio of attack to defense.
I guess the Machop, I definitely go with the Fire Blast, but yeah, Confuse Ray, perfectly reasonable here.
Yeah.
Let's see that play out. There's a Confuse Ray. Here's the Earthquake. Thank God it hits, and I get a 1-hit KO. Great turn. Loving this turn.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all about leaving that legacy.
Okay, you left a legacy. Great job.
I left a legacy.
So, what next?
I sent out Bellsprout.
Makes sense. There's the Bellsprout. Now here, of course, your Bellsprout is actually slower than my Golem. A little bit counterintuitive, but the beauty of evolution. Right
I know. The beauty of evolution.
And
what would you put it? That's nearly poetic.
Almost poetic, yes. And you did indeed leave a legacy. I'm not too keen on being confused here and getting Razor Leafed. I still have a Machop. The Machop does not want to get Razor Leafed either. I also have a Zubat. The Zubat's just sitting there asleep. And it does not give a single shit about a Razor Leaf. And it is a nice switch in here to get that confusion off of my Golem. So that's what I do.
I go with Razor Leaf. I'm not thinking about this strategically. Just fucking hit the guy.
There's
he can do that, but like he's asleep. You can go to hell.
Okay. So here, I decide it is time to send out Choppy. I don't want to keep the Zubat here. The Zubat is easily taken out by either Venonat or Gastly. I want to send out a Pokemon that can, start to deal with his team. And on the off chance that he still decides to, but basically I don't really want to switch to the Golem. It's not a good matchup against the Bellsprout, even though it's faster. So I go with Choppy. It's time to send out Choppy. It's his turn to do some damage.
I decide to send out Gastly here. Bellsprout's not going to be doing much to the Zubat, even with it asleep. And this is just a good chance to get Gastly in without having to worry about being hit, because Gastly just doesn't like taking hits.
Nope.
And having Gastly against both like a Golem that, doesn't really have... It doesn't have all its health left, right? It's
at 72.
It's been hurt a little. Or a Machop that's going to be, it's going to be weak to Psychic. Like, those are both good things. So it's like, get Gastly out there. Let it do its scary-ass thing.
All right. Here's Choppy.
Whoa. Excuse me.
Wow.
Whoa.
Here's Choppy and there's Gastly. Now, here's what's happening here. This Gastly, it is way faster than Choppy. It's also way lower level. If I can survive a single Psychic from it, which I can almost certainly do as long as he doesn't crit, then I am basically guaranteed a 1-hit KO here with Earthquake. So I'm pretty happy with this matchup. I feel like, all right, things are looking pretty good for Ilya. I'm going to go ahead and Earthquake, and, let's see where this takes us.
I was a little bit concerned about this turn. If you were to look back at the chat of this battle, which you can't see in the show because we keep that private, there's a lot of lines of me just going, I was a little bit conflicted because I knew that if I did not really do a lot of good work with a Psychic, that Earthquake was going to really hurt.
Yep.
But I also figured, you know what? Even if the Earthquake really hurts, Bellsprout's going to be able to come out. He'll get rid of Choppy.
I don't know.
He'll get against a damaged Choppy. Against a damaged Choppy that has had a Psychic against it.
Let me paint you a picture.
Paint me a picture with words.
Here's the picture, all right?
Okay, can you paint me a word picture?
All right. Let's play this out. So Gastly, Psychic. Let's say Choppy takes 60% damage.
75.
I don't care. Sure, 75%. I don't care. 75% damage. Then Choppy finishes off Gastly in a single hit.
Yep.
Set up Bellsprout. Bellsprout is slower than Choppy. Choppy uses Earthquake. Bellsprout gets to, like, I don't know, 40%.
40, yeah, maybe.
Kills Choppy. Golem comes out. Kills Bellsprout in one hit with an Earthquake. It's faster than Bellsprout is. And then all I have to deal with, I have a Golem, all I have to deal with is a Sleeping Venonat. I am set. I am all set.
You think your combined Choppy Golem take down my Bellsprout?
1,000%. There's no way they don't do that. Absolutely.
All right.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Bellsprout, it's a fucking level 59 Bellsprout. It is not a tank.
It's the people's fucking champ.
It 100%. Anyway, all I need to do is basically what I'm saying. All I need to do is survive this one hit from this Gastly, and I have the game unlocked.
Yeah, that's what you think.
All right, let's see what actually happens. I get fucking crit and die in one hit. This is basically the end of the game.
Turn of the game.
Yeah, this Gastly just sealed the deal for your team. That critical hit,
from being like worried, just like not like I still think like even if he dies or whatever, I don't think it's end of the road for me.
I think it's end of the road for you, but yeah, here
you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Here I'm just like, all right, well this is it. This is game over. This Choppy, it had such promise and it just got destroyed in the prime of its life. Tragically, it had its life taken away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean this was a great turn.
Nope. Terrible.
This is one of the greatest turns in the world.
So yeah, I gotta switch in Golem here. It's the only non-sleeping Pokemon I have. And, I use Earthquake.
I'm going with that Confuse Ray because it's going to provide good cover for Bellsprout later, I sort of figure.
Alright. There's the Confuse Ray.
Also, it's just fun.
This time
look at that. That's fun. The guy hits himself.
Unlike against the Vulpix, this time the Golem was not able to kind of rough it out and deal with the confusion. It hits itself. And at this point, I once again go back to the tried and true tactic of switching in Zubat to get the confusion off of my Golem. That's what I do. What do you do?
What do? I use Psychic.
Yeah, makes sense.
At this point, I'm just fucking Psychic people.
Alright, Zubat takes a heap of damage. And, I don't have any particular desire to switch in the Golem against a Psychic. I decided to just keep in the Zubat and let it get fainted and then get a free switch.
Psychic?
Psychic. I also got special down for what it's worth. I woke up, not that it matters, got fainted, and switched back to Golem. Now my last Pokemon. Now it's all up to Golem. Here's what Golem needs to do. It needs to, first of all, faint this Gastly. Certainly possible. All it needs to do is land a single hit against it. Then, it needs to deal with the Bellsprout. That is the more challenging issue. And then it just needs to finish off the Venonat. So it's got a big road ahead of it. So yeah, I use Earthquake.
Psychic?
Alright. There's you get a critical hit. Another fucking crit from the Gastly.
But didn't kill it.
Didn't kill it. Golem.
That Golem.
Yeah.
I mean, being a third evolution is really helping it here.
Yeah.
It's a Golem. It does not have good special, but...
Here's the thing. It doesn't actually particularly matter that crit, because even if it didn't crit, all this Bellsprout needs to do is land a single Razor Leaf and it wins. So not actually that relevant that it crit here. The previous crit against the Choppy, that was 1,000% that was game-changing. But yeah, at this point, I'm pretty fucked. What I figure I need to do here is get a Body Slam and full paralysis and then finish you off with an Earthquake. So I go with Body Slam.
I go with Razor Leaf. I don't think that the double edge is going to do enough.
Alright, there's the Body Slam, 30%, no paralysis, Razor Leaf faints it, and that's game. You win. Well done.
Wow. You know what also is not well done?
Your beers?
Yeah, this is crazy. There was supposed to be a shot for each turn, and I almost have a full...
Hey, Matt.
I'm off the screen.
You gave me so much shit for being off the screen.
Well, I can't control this. This is your setup, man.
Right.
I would say what you should have done is had your thing further back so we could have been more easily both in the screen together.
That's right.
That's you can't even have all your hands in. Yeah, look at that. You went the wrong way first. What does that even mean?
Okay. So, well done.
I won.
Winning this one.
Do you think you could have won this if you did something different?
Here's the thing. I don't think I played this all that badly.
I don't think you did either.
I feel like it was largely that crit by the Gastly that really turned the tide here.
I got super lucky. I got super lucky in this battle, I think.
Yeah, I think what I would have done differently is I probably wouldn't have drafted Zubat. I probably would have drafted something else. But the thing is, I needed something to get put to sleep anyway, and Zubat's as good as anything else to get put to sleep. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't actually make that big a difference that I drafted Zubat here.
Well, I mean, I feel like you can do something where it's like the thing does its job early and then it gets put to sleep, like the way that I sort of had Venonat, where it's like this is a useful Pokemon, but it becomes it does its job, and then it goes nappy nap.
Yeah. The other thing is the Ivysaur not that useful this battle because of your Pokemon. But of course, I drafted it very early on, so I didn't really have a way of knowing that you'd have this Gastly that would just wall everything. Right.
Like the Gastly, like
MVP
was a good selection.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that in this world of, first evolutions being like level 70, third evolutions being like almost 60, that a Gastly would be this impactful, but it is so good. It is just so good. But yeah,
I got lucky. I feel like my drafting of Pokemon outside of Gastly was not particularly good or inspired.
I agree.
My move sets were strange. My decisions were questionable.
But you got there.
But
it's a real underdog tale.
That I think that like that crit against Machop was very critical. I still don't think if I don't get the crit, I'm totally fucked. But I think
you're totally fucked.
No, I think that brought it from maybe fucked to not fucked. And that's where you want to be. You want to be not fucked.
Thank you for that insight. So for my team, MVP, I think I gotta give it to Golem. I mean, it did ultimately lose, but it did a lot of work until then. It did take out that Vulpix in a beautiful one-hit KO. I think it was just generally very not good in this battle, not surprisingly. LVP, sadly, I think I have to give it to Choppy. Choppy just literally ate it.
He died.
Choppy fucking ate it.
Quick.
Choppy fucking ate it. And
what about Zubat, though?
Zubat ate the sleep. It ate the sleep, and it helped me get the Golem unconfused. So it actually did some good work.
Oh, yeah, as it was just being sent out.
But here's the thing. It actually did some work. Choppy just ate it.
Yeah. All right. My MVP, I think, is Gastly.
Makes sense.
Gastly, really, like, looking back at it, Gastly, I mean, did some stuff with all those psychics, but really just scared you a lot, which I think that's an underappreciated thing of just how much it just scares the opponent into doing stuff.
You know what? Ghosts are scary.
I know, but it's like just like outside of that, even like actually in game, like when it like it really limits like who you can send out.
Yeah.
Like that's important. Like that's important tactically and strategically and all that shit.
Ghosts are scary. LVP.
Well, I was gonna say like honorable mention. I think goes to Squirtle.
For which one?
For MVP, honorable like secondary MVP. Like I
Did
feel
Squirtle
like
do that much?
Well, I feel like Squirtle effectively walled your Wartortle. Between like Moltres hitting it with not very effective stuff, and then Squirtle able to switch in to Wartortle's bullshit.
Hey, it's Planty Pie. Welcome back, Planty Pie.
Whoa! Hey!
We got a celebrity.
Hey! Wow! Thanks for dropping by. Wow, we've been drinking this episode.
Mostly Matthew, but also me a little bit. All right, who is your least valuable Pokemon?
My least valuable, I'm going with Vulpix. It died wicked quick. It did some confusion stuff. It did do some confusion stuff.
Valuable confusion stuff, yes.
But it died so quick. I mean, like, if you look really at everyone, like, Moltres was fucking up Execute. Like, Venonat was double powdering.
Yep.
Bellsprout was still alive at the end, which is, like, that's quite an accomplishment for a Bellsprout.
Yeah, definitely.
Squirtle was... it's Vulpix by process of elimination.
Yeah, yep.
Like, I hate to say it because like Vulpix wasn't awful.
Planty Bye, you are a celebrity to us. And that is all that matters.
In our hearts, in our minds, in our souls, in our pancreases.
All
Planty
right.
Bye is a celebrity.
Well, good game. It was fun, even though
you lost.
I hate to play the luck card. I really do. It's such a shit move. I do feel as though if we had played like 10 of these battles, I think I would have won most of them.
I mean, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I think remember that like the battle before we played like 8 battles and like you lost most of them. I'm on the upswing. Your time is over.
I'm saying with these teams, I think I would have won most of the time.
I don't know. Like fire types are shit, but in this format,
they're pretty good.
There are some good ones.
Yeah.
I think which is strange that you would discriminate against a fire type, given that you're a Charizard defender.
I'm a Charizard man through and through.
But man, like I don't know, like there's something to be said where like your big scary psychic in this format also has a fire weakness. Maybe a load up on the fire guys. Am I right? Am I right, Planty Bye?
I don't know about that, man. Anyway, I think we're mostly done here. So, thank you all for tuning in.
You're never gonna see this again.
What is the highest level Pokemon in the format? It is Caterpie.
Caterpie at level 77?
I think 77.
Yes.
Needs to get way hard. Needs to get to level like 99 before it'll be anything.
Did you actually cap them at 100?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm not a monster.
I really wanted to see like stuff get up to like crazy high levels if we play this for like another 30 years,
which we will.
God willing. So?
God willing.
You think we're still gonna be playing Pokemon at 65?
God willing.
All right, I'm excited. I'm excited for this future.
Here's the thing, Planty Bye. The cap, I think, without bugs is 100.
It's
right?
not with. It's not. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, but
like I mean, if you just play normally, you're not gonna get to.
But
over
also,
100.
if you were doing a simulator, you wouldn't actually have it be a bite. Like memory's nothing now. Like you would let it be a full 64-bit.
Here we go.
And you would let them get what's the range of an unsigned 64-bit
Fuck.
integer?
What am I signed up for? What is this bullshit? I am so glad the show is over.
No, we don't want to talk about like data representation.
I can't wait to not deal with this bullshit anymore.
Oh, that's not true.
This fucking programmer
That's not
talk.
true. You've loved this.
Oh God.
You've loved it.
All right, let's wrap this shit up. This has been
900. What is this written in? Like basic?
Here's.
Oh.
Thank you, Alien Monkey, for indulging.
Hey, just gonna say this one last time. I love you fuckers. Right. I love you fuckers.
Thank you for tuning in to our final Twitch episode 52 of Mans Who Play Mons.
100 years of Mans Who Play Mons.
1 year.
100 years
of Mans Who Play Mons.
Divided by 100.
Our subsequent episodes will no longer be regular.
Tune back into our podcast feed.
They will be podcasts again. You can find our website at tinyurl.com/manswhoplaymons, where you can find information about our podcast.
Yeah, which you'll subscribe to. Because you're not stupid.
This is indeed the last non-podcast episode. This is a goodbye, Planty Bye.
It's not a goodbye. It's a when we meet again.
It's a when we meet again. And you can email us at manswhoplaymons@gmail.com.
You can still do it.
And
you can still do it. You can. I don't know.
I have been Ilya.
I've been Matt.
And we will see you never again.
Can you... Oh, man. You got rid of the good title screen to fade out on for that.
All right, here we go. Get ready for this beautiful music.
See, this music is slightly hopeful. It's about a future.
I'm meeting you.